From the Drexel University Urban Center, home of the Antoinette Westphal College of Media Arts and Design, this is Drexel News.
Coming up on Drexel News, the Philadelphia skyline is growing. We'll tell you how that expansion is benefiting the region's health sciences industry.
We put a lot of energy into sort of keeping our community coherent.
We'll take you to a local theater that's pulling out all the stops to get people back to the big screen. And we'll take you behind the scenes of a unique internship opportunity for Philly teens.
Hello, I'm Lindsay Dean.
And I'm Evan Harris. Home to universities, hospitals, restaurants, and retail shops, University City is the hub for work, education, leisure, and invention in Philadelphia.
And at the center of it all is Drexel University's expanding skyline. Video journalist TJ Deschamps and reporter Valerie Telnack take us inside one of the newest buildings.
People who live and work in Philadelphia's University City area are seeing an influx of construction. It's all part of Drexel University's mission to connect students and community members to valuable resources. This new health sciences building is the first to open. It's located at 36 and Filbert Streets.
Our goal was to bring our faculty, our students and staffs over to this side of the university to be engaged with our university partners.
New facilities in the health sciences building include dry labs, wet labs, virtual reality simulators, emergency simulators with control rooms, and collaboration rooms.
The beauty of this space is it's what we call dry labs, and the students have the opportunity to come in, collaborate, and engage with one another.
But as soon as one building opens, another construction project begins. Buckley Field, primarily used by student athletes and clubs in the past, will soon be home to an 11-story building dedicated to scientific research. The building is a partnership between Gattuso and Drexel University and further cements Drexel's status as a hub for scientific research in Philadelphia. Reporting from inside the new health sciences building at Drexel University, Valerie Telnack, Drexel News.
Just under 1 million international students came to America specifically for college during the past academic year alone.
As video journalist Summer Blake and reporter Mary-Kate Bayer report, that global path to attending a university in the U.S. is not always easy to navigate.
Here in the United States, there are many international students attending universities seeking higher education. These students have much to add to their campuses, providing new perspectives. Neo Anyuke is majoring in electrical engineering. His decision to go into the field was truly a Marvel idea.
Electrical engineering is my major. Chose it because of Iron Man.
His path to college began well before his freshman year.
I did senior year of high school here in Massachusetts.
How would it have been different if you went to high school only in Nigeria?
Much more difficult to get into more competitive schools here.
For other international students, like Huang Vu, the path to college in America was not as easy.
It was in Vietnam, so you graduate from high school, you pass the national exam, and then if you have enough score, you're gonna get into like 6 years of med school. And I went to med school, and I was like, wow, I cannot do this for the rest of my life. I applied to, I think, 15 schools.
Getting a job in the U.S. also means extra steps for international students if they wish to stay.
I would have to go to a company which sponsors international students to get a different visa, which is a work visa, not a student visa.
I'm looking for a lot of like camera work in the union in film right now, so I can get into union. And if I cannot get like a long-term work visa after that, I probably have to go to grad school to keep staying on student visa.
Mary-Kate Bayer, Drexel News.
A local chef is cooking up something special at her South Philadelphia restaurant.
And while the food on the menu is definitely worth checking out, it's something else this chef is doing that's making a real difference in her community. Video journalist Colleen Shen and reporter Alex Lopez Sosa have more.
On the corner of South 9th Street and Ellsworth, Cristina Martinez prepares her famous barbacoa. She is the 2022 James Beard Award recipient and the owner of acclaimed Mexican restaurants South Philly Barbacoa y Casa Mexico.
Soy Cristina Martínez, soy mexicana, emigrante, maestra, madre y orgullosamente mexicana, 100%.
A combination of skills and pride are at the heart of this restaurant's authentic recipes and mission.
South Philly Barbacoa es una escuela donde se reciben a todos los emigrantes que están llegando por primera vez. Se les educa un poco unos cuantos meses enseñándoles a lavar los trastes, a hacer tortillas a las mujeres y después salen. Anteriormente South Philly está como oscuro, no se miraba. Entonces cuando empiezo a vender la barbacoa, se empieza a limpiar, hay un poco de luz más a este espacio.
And when that light began to dim for another Philadelphia restaurant owner, Cristina was there to help.
Les perdiendo algo que ha construido por mucho tiempo.
After fire heavily damaged longtime Center City Mexican restaurant Tequila's back in February, Cristina delivered food to the owner and his staff. She says it was her way of giving back to the industry.
That's my home up there. Yeah. But the one of these days.
From supporting other restaurant owners facing tough times to teaching the immigrant community lifelong skills, Cristina says everything she does points back to one basic concept.
Pues habiendo iniquidad y respetando las culturas y las razas y también transmitirla a las nuevas generaciones.
With video journalist Colleen Chin in South Philadelphia, I'm Alex Lopez, Drexel News.
The COVID-19 pandemic forever changed the movie industry, specifically impacting how people watch films.
But one community-supported theater in our area has been working to bring people back to the theater. And as Charlie Newswanger reports, it's working.
For the past few years, COVID has affected every aspect of our lives. It has affected how we live, how we interact, and even our entertainment. Movie theaters big to small have felt this pinch. Despite COVID restrictions loosening up over the years, the aftermath of it all still lingers.
We put a lot of energy into sort of keeping our community coherent and together and sort of, staying active, in, the Bryn Mawr area while the theater was closed.
During that time, staff at Bryn Mawr Theater in Montgomery County focused on ways to offer more to their patrons, to ensure that when they could return, they would.
Every day we're working to put together something a little unique and a little bit special. Mm-hmm. And so yesterday we were setting up a spread of French food ahead of our, screening of Amélie for Valentine's Day. Today we're building a dance floor for tonight's Cane River screening.
We believe this kind of programming and extra added benefit, it builds on the community aspect of film here. We pride ourselves on being a community theater.
Along with an extensive array of events, Bryn Mawr Film Institute further keeps their community as a priority by implementing accommodations to those who may need it.
One thing we've done recently has been offering open caption shows. And so, again, that's expanding our community. Another thing we do is these baby-friendly screenings.
Whether you're a parent with a small child or hypersensitive, Bryn Mawr aims to find new ways to make movie-going an enjoyable experience for all.
It is all about what can we do to expand, and we're doing it with these different services like open caption screenings, or more focus on these sensory friendly screenings, and just becoming more of that community theater that we haven't always been able to be, but we've always strived to be.
With video journalist Simi Adenuba, I'm Charlie Newswanger in Bryn Mawr.
For aspiring filmmakers, getting that first opportunity in the field can be one of the hardest steps in their career.
But as Amanda Rosenblatt reports, a program in Drexel's Cinema and Television Department is putting students at the center of the film industry.
You really want to break in and, meet people and make connections and really make a career out of it. That's where you need to be.
Whether you call it La La Land, Tinseltown, or Hollywood, it's the place to be if you're serious about launching your career in the film industry.
And I don't think I would have had that perspective without having lived out there.
The Drexel in LA program gives students the opportunity to work and live in Los Angeles, California for the entire summer.
Drexel in LA is an immersive summer experience designed for all the students in the Westphal College.
Karen Kelly started the Drexel in LA program to give students the opportunity to network and gain hands-on experience in the film industry.
They spend their days in internships and their evenings in classes, and they get to experience what it's like fully to live and work and play in Los Angeles for the summer.
Sienna Twist, who took the trip last year, talks about the knowledge she and her classmates gained.
I got pretty lucky with my internship because it was in person and I didn't have any outside work for it. A lot of my roommates had to do coverage, which is reading scripts and analyzing them, talking about them.
There's an application process for the program, and there are limited spots, but for those who make the cut, the work to get in is well worth it.
You're definitely going to get a sense of what the industry is like in LA, at least for me. Like, I had a general idea, like I knew everything was out there, but really seeing it was like a game changer and just made me realize how much you can do out there.
Now in its 12th year, many of the program's original alumni now serve as mentors.
In terms of networking, DILA provides an incredible experience, and it sort of has come full circle. So we have students who participated in Drexel in Los Angeles when they were students, and now they are in fact bringing our students on as co-ops in the companies in which they work.
Of course, it's not all work and no play. During the 3-month trips, students also get to go to Disneyland, Dodgers games, and other LA attractions. But at the end of the day, it's all about the career experience and networking.
So I made a lot of really great friends that I'm still really close with, and I made a lot of great connections that, you know, I'm gonna definitely use in my future. If you want to be a filmmaker, that's where it is to be.
With photojournalist Shayla Marrow, I'm Amanda Rosenblatt for Drexel News.
It's how some of the hottest bands in music history got their start.
Coming up, we'll take you to North Philly, where they're literally rocking the house.
And we'll take you to an urban farm that's giving inner city kids an opportunity some say is the greatest of all time. They've been around since the 1930s, giving musicians the opportunity to perform for the biggest fans in a more intimate setting.
As Drexel News reporter Grayson DiRienzo reports, they're still taking place right here in Philadelphia.
Many famous musicians like the Beatles, Springsteen, and Will Smith all got their start playing in homes just like these. Decades later, bands are still rocking the house. Literally.
Everything you see here is completely DIY inside someone's house here in Philadelphia. It may seem like just another fun night out, but there's more that goes into planning a house show than one might think. Here's Amanda, the house showrunner.
In the very beginning stages, it's a lot of emails, like DMing people and like figuring out schedules, and a lot of trial and error in terms of like who gets onto the bill. Getting here, a lot of what it is just like getting people to load in, where do they put their stuff. But I do have an audio technician and she does all the sound for me, so that really makes a lot of the sound part of shows that I do so much easier.
Philadelphia has one of the most welcoming cultures for aspiring artists and music lovers. We spoke to the bands and audience to get their take on why Philadelphia's house show scene is so special.
Philly packs out a lot more people than I'm used to when it comes to that scene. So like getting to see that and the crazy energy and the amount of people just kind of getting together for the love of local music, punk rock, indie, whatever you want to call it, it's absolutely beautiful.
From the start of playing, I always really wanted to just connect with people like me. I have always loved hardcore music. I've always loved punk music. I've always felt like I wanted to be in the scene, but I never felt welcome. So I feel as though being a part of it and representing who we are and what we do as queer people, as Black people, you know, it's just humans. So yeah, I think that's the goal.
Philly is one of the wildest cities that I've ever been to, and I've been a fair number of places. It's the sense of community is really the thing that strikes me. You always feel like you're a part of something. You make new friends all the time, and you know, whenever someone's trying to bring a bad time, everybody crowds around them to make sure that it's only good times.
North Philadelphia, Grayson DiRienzo, Drexel News.
Coming up on Drexel News, what has these young Philly residents learning lifelong skills?
We'll take you to an urban farm to find out.
Philly is known for its share of goats, from the Eagles' Jalen Hurts to the Phillies' Bryce Harper. We're talking, of course, about those greatest of all time Philly favorites.
But that's not the only goats who call the city of brotherly love home. Video journalist Allison Lord and I recently spent the day with some of the more literal goats of Philly. This farm is the home of the Philadelphia Goat Project. It's a nonprofit organization formed in 2018 that gives urban communities the chance to connect with nature. And now, that opportunity is open to the city's younger residents.
So the teen internship program is a safe space for kids who live in the community to learn job skills and find a place to be connected outside their home.
And then we rub it in.
Oh, that's easy.
The organization's internship program is for African American teenagers who live in the North Philadelphia area.
At a basic level, the interns learn how to take care of the goats. So walk the goats, groom them, help clean their paddocks, help handle them, and then they learn people skills.
Favorite part about volunteering here is definitely working with the goats and then being able to just see the goats do what they do best. It's like just watching them relax. It's like really relaxing for us as well.
What's really special about the Philly Goat Project is that there's a space for almost everybody to feel like they can be helpful. And what's really nice about that is that it feels really good to help somebody. It feels really good to volunteer. Volunteering and creating community opportunities where people can have a hand in making something bigger than themselves thrive is the essential foundation of how we organize Philly Goat Project.
Evan, what a fun assignment.
Let's be honest, Lindsay, what could be more fun than goats? If you'd like more information on the Philly Goat Project, visit phillygoatproject.org.
That's it for this edition of Drexel News. Thank you for watching.